All right, so let's go ahead and put it into drive. Very straightforward and down. Let's go ahead and take it out to this road and let's see how this model performs. Now, like I mentioned, 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. This one produces 190 horsepower and 178 pound-feet of torque, and it is mated to a CVT transmission. Now, the CVT transmission in this vehicle is actually tuned and calibrated a little bit different compared to that of what you found in the Honda HR-V. It is a little bit more sport tuned than anything else, but taking it on this road, pressing down on the gas, it feels really good. It gets up to speed extremely fast, you know, what you would expect. The HR-V was very, you know, lacking in power, only 158 horsepower. It just does not feel good. This feels a lot more peppier, even in comfort mode. We're actually gonna, you know, throw it into sport mode and take it down this road off to the right. So let's see how it feels. Giving it a little bit more gas. We're actually gonna come and put on the brakes. Brakes actually feel very solid as well. And then going around this corner, oh yeah, that feels good. You know what? It actually feels really good for a compact CUV. I think it feels adequate enough. The amount of power that you have underneath the hood, the all-wheel drive system actually feels really good. Even though this isn't super handling all-wheel drive system, it does feel good, and when you press down on the gas, it immediately goes. You know, this is exactly what you expect from a CVT transmission, but nonetheless a sport-tuned CVT transmission. So let's go ahead and talk about the overall like cabin noise, MVH. So far driving here, I do notice a little bit of sound coming from this section, which is something that my HR-V actually had. So it seems like that's something that kind of carried over, unfortunately, but it does sound good. I mean, you barely hear the tires that's on this vehicle being intrusive into the cabin space. So it's not going to be bad whatsoever. It's going to be good. A lot of silence whenever you are driving it. Now, when you do have it in sport mode, of course, you know, you're going to be able to hear more of that like augmented engine sound, but nonetheless, it's still fantastic. You know, I think it's a really great thing that Acura went ahead and produced this vehicle. And the reason why I say that is because they've been missing out on one of like their biggest market areas. You know, the X1 has been around for quite some time, the Audi Q3, as well as the Mercedes equivalent. I mean, Mercedes always changes their name, so it's, you know, it's always hard to tell exactly what's what, but turning radius wise, that feels good as well. And then throwing it down, very adequate amount of space. I mean, you're gonna have more power, more torque than what you find in the HR-V. This is honestly a better buy to get than the HR-V. If you can spring the money and, you know, you have enough money to go ahead and buy something like this, go ahead and do it. I think this is a lot better. Don't buy the HR-V, buy this instead. I think it just feels better. It's a lot nicer. The cabin space feels a lot more roomier actually, even though, you know, you had that kind of like center console area where it kind of caved in a little bit. This feels a lot more roomier, and the seats hug you a lot better as well. Like the bolstering on the side and even the lower section just feels phenomenal. And mind you, I had the sport trim of the HR-V, but when you think about it, that kind of aligns with A-Spec. You know, even though the top trim did have those faux leather seats, this one is full leather. You know, this is full leather. They're breathable. Let me go ahead and actually put on the ventilated seats really quick to see how they actually feel. Oh yeah, they cool down really quick, and they're a little noisy, but you know what, I can live with that, especially living here in Miami. Now we're gonna take it down this road again. We're actually gonna put it back into sport mode, and we're gonna see how it overall performed. All right, so let's go ahead and go back onto this main road and give it a little bit of gas. As you hear, the augmented sound of the engine does come through when you put it into sport mode. Flooring it a little bit. Very good, gets you up to speed extremely fast. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to give a huge thanks to Acura of Pembroke Pines for allowing me to film this vehicle. If you guys and gals are interested in purchasing this vehicle whatsoever, make sure to go ahead and contact Pepe. He will be able to assist you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.